you be, hmm?
Επιθυμό του
Jr.
στρατόπεδων διατεταγμένων είναι αντιπέραν του πεδίου μάχης. Επιθυμό τους φύλακας διαταξαμένους εκάστους ανά 4,5 πόδας. Άμα τιαίο αποστήλατε 7. Έχει της απορία.
Just listening.
Just keep moving and don't try anything.
I'm just listening. I got like things to do, Nick Jr. Hey, Nick Jr., I got like things to do.
You need something?
You guys are the ones that like asked
Cut
me to
that
be.
out.
You guys are the ones that like asked me to be here. Hey, you guys are like the ones that asked me to be here.
Επιθυμό των στρατόπεδων διατεταγμένων είναι...
Next warning comes at the end of a weapon.
You should like watch out for what you're planning. You might just like, what the hell? So much for like the main quest or whatever. I mean, I guess at least as long as it's like the general, I don't know, maybe he's like, hey, like, don't like give something up in your plans. Don't like give something up to like, you know, watch out for like those. You want to hear like a joke from my family? You want to hear like a joke from my family when you're like planning shit like that? Watch out for the air bubbles. Hey, I'll let you guys know like a joke from my family. Like all the cousins. Well, maybe the ones who like worked. You know what I mean? Like maybe the ones who like worked. And like, yeah, like I could probably connect with my cousins on this right now. Hey, when you're like that deep into planning, bro. Hey, when you're like that deep into planning, Nick Jr., watch out for, watch out for like the air bubbles. You might like you might like you might like give something away or something like that. You might just like let yourself know. Watch out when you're like that. You're like that deep into planning. Watch out for the air bubbles, man. watch out for the air bubbles. Huh. Seeker here tacos. Ha! You might like give something still. Or, like give something stillness. Probably makes more sense. Give something away, give something stillness. And when you're that deep into planning, maybe you do need an advisor to like say like watch out for the air bubbles. That's what all of my cousins used to tell me all the time when we were like working on stuff. Some of them came up with like really ridiculous things. You know? Hey, watch out for like the air bubbles. you know? I'm just saying, like, what are you planning? You know what I mean? Like, watch out for the people that know, like, how far paper can reach. Like, what are you planning, like, to conquer the world? What do you like planning, like, what do you like, what do you like planning to conquer the world, or like, watch out, you just, like, might make something steal. Just what everyone used to tell me, you know, or whatever. Especially like my family. Sounds pretty ridiculous, doesn't it? Especially when you're like actually doing things. More than anything, I was just listening to the language. Yeah, this guy.
Move! Now!
Yeah, sure, whatever. Very bubbly. It's like very bubbly without there being like many bubbles. Where's like Meowth? If I had to like say something like, where's like Meowth? Where's Meowth at for that one? With all those coins, dog. Where's Meowth at for all those coins? Or like, watch out for like arugula coming out of the woods or something. Watch out for like arugula coming out of the woods. Let me like do some stuff here though, you know. Tuh. See, that almost sounds like sounds way more like Italian to me, to be honest.
Εστέ στρατιώτε, συμπεριφέρεστε ως στρατιώτε και οι θεοί επιδείξουσι ημίν ενέσιμον σέβας. Μη γίγνετε η αφορμή, ώστε έσεστε τους θεούς εναντίους. Κρατεροί παιδες, ήθε υπολάμπητο το βλέμμα ημών. Εθέλω ειδήν την φλόγα της νεότητος. Εθέλω ειδήν το πυρ του Προμηθέως υποκαίων. Έτοιμον ή να ανενέγγει αριμάνιον. Έτοιμον ή να σφυριλατήσει κόσμο γεννών.
Yeah, that sounds way more Italian to me. Wow, this is like the gloomiest, foggiest that this has ever been.
Off we go. Yeah! Yeah!
Yeah, all that stuff is like, where, like, that is straight up like, I think Meowth threw all that. Fuck. Tangela, watch out for like arugula. Watch out for that cliff. Me, I'm still looking for like some like, you know, dolmates and like stuff like that. Haven't seen any of it yet. Lots of fish. Have you had to see somebody out with like,
I need to be careful around here. Off we go now.
grape leaf wrapped things and like very like potatoes with minis. Watch out for if like Hermes comes up to you and like asks you to play like handball with him. Watch out for like if Hermes comes up to you in like real life and asks you to like, hey, we like play handball here. We play like handball here like every Tuesday and Thursday. If you like want to come play with us.
Come on.
Yeah, my name's Hermes.
Come on. Let's go. I don't think I want to fight anyone here.
Watch out for like the jewelers that call things stones. Wait, which ones are like the Athenians? Where's the problem at? Watch the beauty. Hey, where's the problem at? Yeah, like give me like some lamb, like you know, lamb seasoned with keys or something. Give me like some lamb seasoned with keys. With like some like cream. Give me like some lamb. Give me like some lamb seasoned with like keys and some cream and like some like grape wrapped stuff. Grape leaf wrapped stuff. Survive what? I don't even know what this is. Survive what? I don't even know what this is. Fuck.
Come on.
What the? Yeah, go to the fire. I guess there's like a party. I wasn't invited. Like, oh, we're having a party. I like wasn't invited there, I guess.
You're asking for it.
Ready. There's like some Grecian docks for you. Maybe not the Greece that a lot of people are familiar with, especially like publicly advertised, which is a problem for a lot of things. Watch out for like the dystopia on that one. But there's like some Grecian docks for you. Like, what is that really just the idea of, like, the cusp? Welcome to the fold. There's the cusp and there's the fold. Listen, there's like an argument of like man or woman for you if you ever wanted to. Like, is the fold a man or is the cusp a man? But there's like some Grecian docks for you.
Come on.
It's like the air is like saturated with keys. the air is saturated with keys. Look, there's a pretty moon. Because it's like wild. It's like, right there, it almost seems like, man, the land could just stretch on. Like, anybody who actually does like the country. Like, everybody, like I said, dystopia is a hell of a thing. But so is the idea of, like, utopia. Watch out for that. Rise is right there. But, you know, when it was, like, hidden behind that cloud, it was just like, hey. I mean, just imagine the road. You know what I mean? Like, maybe we're all, like, going somewhere. But then watch out for the train. She's a-coming. Like, right there, the country is pretty beautiful. You could just go. It's, like, very classical, very classy. Lots of manners. You know, the spice, it just comes right off the walls. Because of all the keys. The spice, it just comes right off the walls because of all the keys.
Come on.
Just like, watch out for the fold. Too fast. Too fast. It was like the spiciest thing I could think of. There was like the idea of forum, but it's like, hey, that sounds like it's like, would you like some like lamalaki or something like that? Lamalaki via creme or something. Although right there I'm becoming much more French. You know?
Hold up.
I'm a lucky via la creme. See, then I'm going Spanish just automatically too, right there as well. Watch out for the people that know their way around a kitchen. They might just think of everything as like... a right. They might think of like all food as a right. Boom, is what I was thinking. Lama le qui via la creme, boom.
Come on.
I should like write this down. Listen, you better just believe in something if you can come up with stuff like that. That's all I have to say to you. Like, if you can come up with stuff like that, you better just believe in something, because the art of like craftsmanship at some point in time, like right there, the newness is a loss. You know? Why do I say you just better believe in something? Like the newness is a loss.
Let's go. Come on.
Well, the feeling is certainly there.
Yeah.
You look like a chef right now, a little bit. Chef, I know the guy who I look like with the goatee that's going out like this, but...
Off we go now. Easy now. Ella. Yeah.
Look at this plant. We're just like looking at features of the game. Check this one out. Very interesting. Hey, where's like the one guy from TikTok that like talks about like, oh yeah, like the day in the life of like, you know, or the other guy that like something's like botany doesn't pay or whatever. Look at this plant. It's just, this one's pretty interesting. I mean, if I just had to go by like, you know, botany basics, you just like count the points on the leaves. Maybe do like I don't know. Obviously, you can usually tell if something has hairs. Kind of thing. Like some plants you should watch out for, but usually they do have hairs most of the time. You can tell. They have hairs if it's like something you should watch out for. Or like obvious spots. They have like obvious spots you should watch out for if it's a plant that you shouldn't be like messing around with. Most things can be like at least like documented, you know. Count the points. Describe the coloration of the the flowers. This is like what I used to like do stuff like this. What is the stalk, or like, you know, the stalk like, or the stem? But this is much more of like, this is almost like a bush. See, I would describe this as like like how would I like describe this? I'd be like, yeah, like the trunk. It almost has a trunk. Like the trunk of the plant is like very barren, and then it comes up and turns into like a bush. And then there's like, I don't know, it's like 12 or 13 pointed leaves, green, 12 or 13 pointed green leaves with like a repeating leaf pattern up the stem to the flower of each branch. You can do that. What? That's like pretty, like if someone wants to look at that, it's like, that's what, like, there you go. They find it. But there's like how you like document a plant basically using just like raw English. It's like, yeah, like you can use like other terms, but it's like, sure, that should still translate. Maybe in the long run, if the paper lasts long enough, then the paper is like straight up, you know. Watch out for that paper, it could like catch fire. Then maybe it's like Latin.
Off we go.
After it's like gone through the fire a little bit. Hey, like watch out for that paper, it could like catch fire. Talk about catch fire right there. You know? But you can do that. Like that's like the stuff that I grew up doing is like, yeah, let's like go check this out, guys. Hey, come on, let's like go check this out, like,
Come on.
you know?
Hey.
La molécule via le crème bombe.
Yeah. Off we go.
vom home. You can probably say that. Lam a la key via la creme vom home. Is it food or is it a magic spell? You know? And why I say you better just like believe in something if you can come up with it, if you can like come up with stuff like that.
Come on. Come on. Hey, hey. Yeah! Come on, come on. Ella.
Go for that
Come on.
black one right there. What's up, dog? Go for those two black ones right there. I think that one like wants to race. Go for the bear fighting the boar, and then all of a sudden the guy on the horse shows up. Lacrease, salt of the earth. Hey, watch out for the creases.
Come on.
They say you can only have so many folds, but I've never heard anyone say that about creases.
Ella.
And now we're getting into like the Misty Mountains, dog. I think I need to like turn off the lights in here though or something. Ugh. Sorry, dude. Wasn't me. I feel like Gimli fighting this like red bear. I feel like Gimli fighting that giant red bear in the middle of some road to nowhere. Aragon. That's his name, isn't it?
Hey, Malakas!
Yeah.
Watch where you're going!
Here, Commander. What can I do to serve Sparta?
These huntresses, like the Furies themselves, if they attack again, will be annihilated.
You want me to be the protector?
By Zeus, you'd do that for me?
All right, I've got your back.
I'm like just doing a lot of running. Hey, where's like the town of Marathon or whatever? Pah! I seem to be doing just like a lot of running. Where's like the town of Marathon? Is that enough help for you, dude? That like help you enough? This is very pretty. It's definitely getting much more into Indian stuff, though. Types of trees and everything like that. Look, we're losing all the cypress. Look. You can just tell. Look, we're losing all the cypress. Coming to like some oak and things. Nature's about to be pretty colorful with us, I would think. Nature, the things that it allows. Yeah, you can see, like, look, all the trees are changing. We're gonna get into like some oak maybe, and whatever. Like all the cypress is, you know. I'm not gonna like mess with you. That's like your bear, dude. That's like your bear to burden. Hey, bro, that's like your bear to burden or something like that. I like witnessed something, I guess. I like witnessed something, I guess, you know. There could be like moose right here. Check this out. See, look, this is getting much more. Like, check this. Look at this. There's like a fall for you. Welcome to the town of Autumn. Welcome to the forest of Autumn. Or something. Look. Everything's changing.
Come on.
Easy now.
It's like sort of where I'm supposed to be, but I really can't do much.
Off we go.
Come on.
Drop for like the flume right here. Drop for the flume right there. Yeah, you know. Like I said, the owl, bro, changes everything, dog. Watch out for the guy that like ditches Yoshi. Watch out for the people that like ditch Yoshi. Or whatever. I gotta like make this jump. See ya. See ya, horsey. What are you guys doing? Fighting a bear? Or a boulder? Boulders, we got plenty of them. And these neck of the woods. Look at this guy, he's coming up all over. Along with everybody else. Apparently. Come down here. You can do it. Just like take the fast way. Oh, you're faster than them. Until then. Wanna be first? Bro, this guy. That one's like a Bambi story if I ever saw one. Like Buck just like standing in the light. Just like, ah, the sun. Watch out for that kid's show. Look at this guy just like going down the road. Yeah, like no one's at camp. I can like do whatever I want. Sweet, everyone like went fishing or something. I can like talk to this guy though.
Ah, just in time, Misthios. We're about to attack Spartan borders.
Interesting.
And we're looking for every ready sword to send those dogs to Hades. Will you share in our victory?
That's interesting to me. Am I like really making decisions here? You know? Me, I'm like more fine about like, oh yeah, like let's come up with like some cool food, like yeah, like you know, Lama Lucky, be a, you know, La Creme Bonhomme, and like, you know, saying, and then like contemplating like why being able to just like make up words like that is like why I need to like believe in something greater than me, you know? Right when I said that, I had the specific reason why. I've been saying it this whole time. How long do I want to play this for? This guy's definitely much more of like a chief than like a commander. The other guy's like a commander. This is like a chief. Huh. I know both. Watch out for the guys that like tell stories by the campfire, but then watch out for the guys who like raise the flag. Hard to tell like which one of them have like been through what to like, you know, enjoy what they enjoy or whatever. You guys ever like listen to like Kelly Slater on like podcasts? hey, you guys ever like listen to like Kelly Slater on podcasts or anything like that? Ta. Ta the end. Watch out for if you ever see like actual ghosts walking around. Watch out for that. Just like, wait a second. It's almost, you know, as odd as anything. Somebody looks like that. It's just like, not even like out of place at any time. Oh. I don't know, like before, I always like talk myself through things, like what, like, if it's different, like, this is like different for me, like, you wanna know, like, for me, just like, hey, I'll go through like I'll do like my pre-flight, I'll go on a flight to Athens, I'll do like my pre-flight checklist, I was trained. Like, it's different if someone's asking me to go to work, okay? Hey, look, I'm like a mohawk. Hey, if someone's like asking me to go to work, that's different than like asking me to go fight for somebody. And especially, it's like before, all I did is just like, hey, you know, this is like the main storyline of this. Obviously, there's like a lot of things I can consider, but it's like relatively, you know, I do a lot of things to like kill time. I don't necessarily have to be doing this if this gets like so pressuring in terms of like, you know, how bad I am with technology or whatever like that. You know? The guy, he's just like serious. He's just like serious about machines. The guy, he's just like serious about machines or something. Like how bad I am with technology. Like, because before it was just like, yeah, there's like the storyline. Sure, it can be reasoned out whatever way, you know what I mean? Like, Yeah, it's just like part of the mechanics. Just like part of the game mechanics, but it's like, how many endings are there? You know, kind of thing. But it's like, yeah. I don't know, what was like really occupying my mind is just like what I was kind of saying before, but yeah, I'm doing like my pre-flight checklist, and it's just like, hey, yeah, like, you know, here's a brain for you, because what's my next check? Something that emotional is probably fine on its own. You know, at some point in time, you better believe that. I had to just reroute all this stuff again. At some point in time, you just like better believe that. Like, yeah, some things like that emotional, then you better just believe that it can like take care of itself. You probably shouldn't try and reason with it that much. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you might just like want to back away. Like, this is like out of the blue, which is fine. If I'm prepared for anything, maybe I can like be like blue red or whatever. I'm ready. You know what I mean? Like, I'm always ready or something. Like, you know. The funny thing is like at that point in time though, like, yeah, like there's like red paint, but there's like blue spots, kind of thing. There's a difference to that. Like, yeah, there's like I can like put on like red paint, but see, that goes back to the whole thing. Like, watch out for the guy who's like tells stories at the campfire and he's like all dressed up. Who knows why or how he got there? You know what I mean? But he sounds like he knows what he's talking about. Like, everybody's like named like animals. And like everybody's like named like animals and stuff like that. Oh yeah, he's and like everybody's like named like animals and whatever, you know. And like people are like dressed up, and it's like, wait, but these are like the leaders, you know, and stuff, and like, and then all of a sudden, but it's like the same thing. It's like the same thing, and it's like, yeah, but we're just like, you know, raising the flag and stuff like that. You know? I don't know, but at some point in time, you should be able to reason, like, somebody came up with the designs for these flags. Watch out for whoever loses it with, like, designing a flag or something. Or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, that's all my stuff. Like, there's, like, my pre-flight checklist. Like, but just like being real without like considering like too much of like how much of an impact does this have on like my direction. I don't know, maybe if I really believe, then it really doesn't. Maybe if I really believe, then it really does. Kind of thing. Well, what do I believe in? Like, maybe if I just like stay all this, then like, you know, I'm either going to like find myself out at sea, and at sea it is like the will that drives, sort of thing. It's just like you should believe in something like that if you're trying to like plot a course with feathers. If you're like using feathers, like feathered magnetics, probably fine to say that. Like, you're like using like magnetics to like plot a course. Like, it's like probably fine to say like, yeah, like, you know, say what you can, and then, you know, out at sea, it's just like, you better have planned, kind of thing. And then at the end of the day, you better like, just realize that it's like, even in families or whatever, people disagree and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Just like, you'd think, right? Like, you'd think that in like families and whatever else, like, people disagree and stuff like that. Unless you do just like grow up on TV. Like, or if somebody is just like really strict, which there's a little bit of an irony right there, like it probably does take pretty strict parents for like that, for that like dichotomy of like, you know, speak your turn and things like that kind of stuff, right? But it's just like, I don't know what people believe in freedom. Well, let it happen then, right? There's a little bit of an irony to that as well. Maybe if you're good enough at any point in time, you probably plan enough that it's like, is he acting or not? Who knows? He just watches TV. Is he acting or not? Who knows? He just watches. He's like the guy on the show that like watches TV or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, hey, well, are you like an evil genius kind of thing? Like, you might be able to get away with it or whatever. But if not, it's just like I imagine like pretty strict parents, you know, and things like that. Or it is just like the idea of perfection. Just like you better leave it up to like believing in something greater than yourself. Hopefully you have a really good TV that's like, you know, not like hard on the ears or something like that or whatever. But I just had to like try and balance the scales a little bit. Like, what am I fighting for Athens right there? You know what I mean? Like blindly like stumbling into this and just like reasoning my way through it or whatever. That's kind of like how I've been playing. If I was to just say like, you know, there's a little bit more consideration to this than just like, I don't know, but I mean, it's just like, what? Is this physics or the spirit? Right here a little bit. Is this gray or is this blue? When you're painting, the funny thing is that gray does turn out to be blue a lot of the times, especially when it's like labeled. If I'm making paints, my gray doesn't look like blue. If I mix my own paints, like, you know, Bob or whatever, if I mix my own paints like Bob does, my gray definitely does not look like blue. But when you get gray from like the store and stuff like that, right there I was. If you get gray from like the store and stuff like that, then that is blue most of the time. Basically, it's called like Payne's gray. It's like the most common gray there is you can buy. No, my gray looks definitely like gray when I mix it. At least to me, you know. Watch out for if like somebody comes up to you and it's just like order is order. You can call it whatever you want if like it's true. I don't know. Do I believe in love? It's great. This is like I'm like interacting with like a little bit of, I don't know, if I was to like talk about Indians, from what I know, kind of a little bit, it's like, oh yeah, over there is like, you know, I don't know. In regards to that, I can probably tell you like what I know, kind of thing. I know a lot of tribes, definitely. Like I know the names of a lot of tribes, mostly probably by their works more than anything. You know, which goes back to like, oh yeah, that's like. But if it's like I could get more specific into this as well. This guy, it doesn't seem like I'm wasting this guy's time at all. To me, just like what? Yeah, like it's classified like red or blue, but it's like okay, obviously like this side there is like maybe I'm like. I want like have like a better look at this guy. Yeah, I probably shouldn't push that. um. I think the other side is definitely much more of like proof kind of thing. This is like consideration. But see, I could even switch that a little bit. I think the other side just like wants. This is like, the other side like kind of wants, but I mean, obviously it switches because right now want is presenting itself a little bit, right? So it's like what? Like the other side to me is just like a little bit of like, we need proof, right? But at what point in time is that just like, I need to realize that if somebody can't like think for themselves, then I mean, I can play that game like, you know, because I think that proof should probably result in that more than anything. Like somebody like needs proof that much, like, you know, well, am I gonna talk about like what I was like saying about Newton a little bit ago, kind of thing? Like, there's much more of the well, in terms of Indians, you have like hunters or gatherers. These are definitely much more gatherers, probably, kind of thing. Foraging is fun, but the funny thing is like, in my head, hunters, especially the hunt itself, after a long time, this is why it switches. Talk about like deer and fang or whatever, you know? Like, especially like why it switches is because like what, you've been hunting for so long, then it's like, the game changes. The game just changes and it's like, but, you know, what I was gonna say was why the want and the consideration then changes is because like, you know, the proof or consideration is because like when you start to consider things is like after you have the proof or whatever. It's like, yeah, so then you've like had the proof of like your ability to like believe in something, which is there's a little bit of the irony of just like, oh, well, you really do believe in something. Well, then why don't you like focus on like your ability to like reformat you know, what you think the world should be. And how do you do that? That's very difficult then. But you'd probably think that the place that you ever got, like, if the place that you ever get to is something to consider, then it probably has consideration included in that somewhere. And so then that's where it can flip. And it's just like, what, hunters and gatherers? Well, it's like, guess what? The gatherers at some point in time might be like more out there than the hunters. If the game changes so much and it's like you keep just going after the same game kind of thing, that's like where the rut comes from. These are all hunting terms. Like, that's like where the rut comes from. It's just like, okay, well, yeah, like now we're in the rut. Like, tuh. You know, it's like a big city now or whatever. Sort of. It's much more like archaic, like archaeosity. You know what I mean? Pretty fast. And like, you know, it's just like, are you good at hunting? Then if you are, then maybe you do just become confident with like changing along with the game. But I'll tell you what, like, if you think that something is worth getting, basically, then it probably has the ability to like understand something about like what's being got. So watch out, like, you know, if you think you can just do the same thing all the time and get whatever you want, kind of thing. There is like a little bit of dynamic for you. We're not like doing like R values and like plotting like I did all this stuff. We're not like doing like R values and like plotting like, you know, population densities over time. You guys want to get into like some really complicated stuff? Like, yeah, we're not like calculating R values and plotting like population densities over time with like predator prey models. That's pretty damn complex. And like looking at the splits in like genomes and things like that, you know, or whatever kind of thing. Is that consideration or is it still hunting? I don't know, maybe it's just about like keeping up with the idea. Watch out for like, I don't know, whoever. I see plenty of like grand stuff here. It doesn't seem like a lot of the people are hurting to me. You know, at the very beginning, it was just like, yeah, like the people that seemed like they were hurting the most to me, it was just like, hey, well, I mean, yeah, if it was up to me, like, kind of thing, like, you better just look at, like, does the fire, like, prove that things have something? Well, here's like a three-way split for you because, yeah, like, and there's a little bit of, like, dog food for you. You know, there's, like, a little bit of dog food for you because, yeah, like, if you think that actually what you're getting has the ability to, like, nourish you in your life, like, to really think about that one. Like, if you think that what you're getting has, like, the ability to, like, nourish you in your life, really, just, like, yeah, it has the ability to, like, nourish you, or whatever. Like, don't think that it's, like, whatever that is, gets wise or something like that, basically. And then this whole, like, dynamic comes into play, and it's just like, yeah, well, you know, like, who are the real hunters then, kind of thing, because they're just like playing with money over there. But see, then that's the idea of just like, what is there really to get in this world? Like, what lasts and what doesn't? Like, what gets left behind, kind of thing. I think you just left something behind, you know, or whatever. No matter how close you are to the basket, it's always just 2 points. Hey, no matter how close you are to the basket, it's always just 2 points. You can even break the rim. If 2 points, you know, if it goes through at that point, you're breaking stuff or whatever. I just say like, oh yeah, like who are the real hunters then? Because like, I don't know, if you can't change, then are you going to keep up? Kind of thing. Basically. Whoo! Right there. Okay? And then everything else is this idea right here. Okay? Everything else is this idea right here. What do I really say to that? This. I mean, and then I'll just say, like, what do I want to do in this game then? Because I've, like, made my piece. There's, like, my piece for you, dog. Like, Chief. You know, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Queequeg. Or something like that, like, right? Like, maybe these are, like, the Cree kind of thing. Like, there's the Greek, but there's, like, the Cree But yeah, he's a see right there. You actually there. You know what I mean? Like there's like yeah, there's like the Greek. And that's why I just split that whole like dynamic even more. Like there's the Greek, but there's like oh yeah, he's a see it's like right there. I know. All has to do with context. But I'll tell you what was like a very difficult one is like talking about like bringing up Orion so that it like fit contextually. Really, that one's like that was like very difficult to like bring up so it fits contextually, but it's like a creek, you know. Which is fine. Well, that's kind of what I would say. And then if I was to like give some direction a little bit, just like, I mean, we're just like doing a little bit of like Oregon Trail here. Like, I know I didn't buy like Oregon Trail like 2024 or whatever, like full on MMO sim, massive multiplayer online simulation. You know, I know I didn't buy like uh, Oregon Trail 2024 MMO, you know, sim or whatever, but I'm like in Europe, like in Greece, where it's like the majority of stuff is like, yeah, the work will kill you know? But for whatever reason, like fighting and stuff like that, like keeps everybody sharp and awake at least, and like has like reason throughout the day, you know, to like keep up with the game. You can use that if you are like a hunter, like but I don't know, like things I'm wondering is just like everything I've said. I don't want to like repeat myself too much here. Addition. All the symbols here. Well, like coming across some armor right here or something like that. It's a kite symbol. Interesting right there. I know who you look like. So. Hey look, it is like Robert Downey Jr. or something. Hmm. Kind of looks like something I did recently. You know, if I'm being like frank, I'm like being like frank. I did something that had like a cross with the key, but it's definitely like if I had to like say something about it, it was like mine is like definitely much more of a T than a plus. Like mine was definitely much more of a T than a plus. I don't know. I could probably like go off of that. Just like, yeah, well, I mean that's what I think, man. And then just like I'm not gonna try to like mess up too much of what I've done. You know, I'm not gonna like change my name. Not like gonna like change my name yet or whatever at this point. You know, like at this point, like I don't really want to change my name. But I mean, yeah, it'd be like more of like a sign if it was like, yeah, that's like a T with a key or whatever. But it's obviously not. Like obviously there's a difference. You know, there's like a difference between like here. there's like a difference between here and like right over there. Like, but it's like definitely like, see, like I can draw some pretty good parallels right there. You know, it's like, oh, there's yours, here's mine. Like, yeah, I can share. Like, there's yours, here's mine. You know, if things go to the end of anything, then it's just like, yeah, well, you better just say it like everybody's there, probably, or something like that. Like, yeah, things go that far, everybody's probably there, or whatever. Probably what I'd say. If I'm just trying to like read the signs or whatever, like here, all of a sudden I'm like in the woods, kind of thing. Like you better be able to like climb a tree. You better be able to like climb a tree and like know where it's like I'm gonna get down or whatever. I can climb trees all day, but it's like trust me, you can get like watch out, watch out if you're like climbing trees.
I don't have time for this.
Come back if you change your mind before the battle starts. We pay our help well, even latecomers.
Obviously, doesn't do too much with any of this. Doing that. Interesting. See, that's interesting. In my book.
Heard the commander has been studying Spartan battle formation. Who said? Knowing your enemy is the greatest defense. That's what he says anyway. I pray to the gods that he can lead us to victory. I
Interesting.
don't know how much more of this war I can take.
See, that's interesting to me.
Right,
Huh.
fellows.
Puh.
Come on.
I mean, that's what I would say if I had like enough time. And I was like, all right, well, You know, there's probably always better things I could have said or can still say. Especially when I'm like thinking about in the back of my head, damn, what was that exact phrase of like why I thought you should think of something like you should believe in something if I can like come up with something like that or whatever. Ah. I just had to leave it. I just had to leave it.
Hold up.
These are different formations. Almost going hexagonal down into the water. Watch out for the future. All the mountains are like hexagons and stuff. Heraclea.
I should try to stay out of sight.
You don't move.
Easy.
Just die.
These are just they're just bandits. It doesn't do nothing. I might just leave this quest though, or whatever.
Victory!
Here, let me do something like Indian for ya. This is almost being Red Dead for a second. I don't think that'll break my fall though. Can you like climb down the waterfall though? I've done that before. We just climb up the waterfall. Yeah, we can't really dive down the waterfall, but we can do that. Huh. Huh. Yeah, spear like makes more sense on a horse, kind of. Especially one that long. Yeah, spear kind of makes more sense on a horse, especially when I'm like not trying to get off it and do stuff. Until I'm like picking up trash or whatever. Bro, that's such a weird dynamic, but they don't actually hit though. Is the thing. At least I don't think I've had any of them like hit yet. just like override it or something. Or maybe I'll just fly, alright? The horse can go in my pocket or whatever. Pocket horse! Or just like fly and like put the horse in my pocket because it just makes sense. If I like think about everything I've said and like what's possible or whatever. Everything can just take... Everything's just about taking turns. Everything's just about like taking turns. I'll just fly. There, the rest of the way. Wait, you can fly but you can't leave? Doesn't like show up better on here. Come on, it's like a specific. That looks like I can't fly there, huh? Well, somebody knows what that's like running on all fours somewhere. Maybe you should like change with the game or something. You should like change with the game or something, I guess. I could like get like a leather saddle for my chair or something here. Tuh.
Ella.
That's what I'm saying. He's not. Look, he's obviously just. He's obviously just like living with wolves or whatever. Right there. That guy is. He's obviously just like living with the wolves or something.
Come on.
Watch out for like the incompetent or something. Whew! Oh, you can breathe again. You can breathe again. We have some music break out right here. Watch out for the wind section with this one. Or I guess like some like Turkish version of the sitar or whatever it is. Before it actually becomes like really oriental. Watch out for like some like Turkish sitar, you know, or something. But here, yeah, like right down there, like watch out for the wind section, especially like a wooden flute. Watch out for like the wooden flutes, especially like the really complicated ones, like a million holes. Those can get real crazy. Probably just because it's like the idea of like, you know, everything's lost or something like that. Like if you can come up with just stuff like that, then everything is lost. Or like everything is alone or something. But watch out for the person that doesn't think that childhood was like that or whatever. Like, that's what childhood is like. Like, everything is lost or everything's alone. But, in all honesty, like, kids, they're fine with that. Kids are completely fine with that. Okay? They are 100% fine with being lost, alone. They're good with it. They're good with it. Alright? Kids are 100% fine with being lost, alone. You know, they're all good with it. Yeah, it's just basically like the idea of like nothing is true on its own. Kind of thing. This horse is getting crazy right now. Or it's just like check out this step. This is pretty right here. Look this. This is like pretty. This is like a super pretty like kid. Here's like something for kids. Like yeah, like they just live in this right here or whatever. You know, here's like the dream of the kid. Here's like the kid's dream. And like everything is like. Everything is zig and zag. 100%. Like here's like the kid's dream. Everything is zig and zag. You know what I mean? What do they pick up along the way? You know, well, you never know until they bring it back. Could be anything. Here's like the kid's dream. Watch out for it. Here's like the kid's dream. Watch out for it. Everything is zig and zag. Just come up. Look how beautiful this little trail is. You can't make it up unless you are zig and zag. This is zero grip. You don't know what this is like? This is zero grip unless you do believe in something. How do I know that? Hey. That grip right there is unbelievable. That grip right there is unbelievable. You better believe it. Better believe that this grip right here is unbelievable. Look, here's the kid's dream. Yeah, it's all zig and zag. How do they stay alive with like all of this? You know, and like this right here. Everything is zigzag, 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 from impossible grip to impossible grip. And that's a kid. And look, you can't climb up this unless that's what you are. But it's beautiful. Look, they just come up. They just come up here. You know? Whop, bam, boom. Come up here. That's probably too far. Right there. That's too far. Maybe that peak right there is too far. Watch out for that. That peak right there is too far. There's like... See these rocks? That's like snow for a kid. See that? It's like snow right there. Maybe then they just come down over here or whatever. You know? Watch out for this. This kind of looks muddy. Everything's all eyes. This kind of looks muddy or whatever, like. You know, watch out for it. I might get in trouble. From who? You know what I mean? Like, whatever you bring back. Watch out for this. You might get in trouble. It's like mud. Oh, I better watch out for that. That actually looks like not fun kind of stuff. yeah, let me just go back the way that I came, like up, you know what I mean? Like, let me just go right back. Nope, that's not it. Let me just go right back the way that I came. Yeah, like, oh, everything looks a little different, like coming down than like going up. But it's like I can see that that's like, you know, that has to be it. Like that has to be like where I came up, right? That's like a kid for you. Watch out for the innocent. Hey, that has to be where I came up from, right? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember this now. Yep. Okay, hey, yeah. Zigzag, 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 zigzag.
Stay back!
I should stay
Too
hidden.
fast.
Don't want to fight.
I'm a kid. I just like do this for fun. And now I like know the whole town. Because I like got the high point or whatever. That's like an old man. That's like an old man right there. That's like an old man right there. He's funny. That's like an old man. He's kind of funny. Wow, this is pretty. That's like an old man. He's kind of funny. Hey, this is pretty over here. I don't care. Hey, this is like super pretty. Wee. Wee. Hey. Whoa, this is like, there's like a lot of cool stuff here. Look at all this stuff like coming. Look at all this like stuff like coming from nowhere. Yippee. Hey. Listen. That shit's way too fast for any of you. That shit, that is way too fucking fast for any of you. Way too fucking fast for any of you. You can't hurt it. You can't mess up with it. That shit, you can't fucking even get. Alright? You cannot fucking get that shit. Zero chance. No chance in fucking hell. Any of you are ever gonna get that. Alright? No fucking chance. Alright?
Keep away if you don't want trouble.
I don't care. No fucking chance. You don't even have to watch out for it. You won't get it. See that moment right on the way down? That moment right on the way down is that thought of just like, you better believe.
Come on.
You better believe because, like, the ability to come up with stuff like that is just the idea that, you know, everything is alone. Because it took nothing. Basically. I said that. I said that so it makes sense. Found it. Weird.
Is this a private gathering? Or can anyone join?
What are you? Please, please just leave.
You don't look like murderers. Was that the Spartans' mistake?
What? Wait, no! Please, you don't understand.
What's to understand? It all seems perfectly clear.
Please, let me plead our case.
Naira. because everything comes from nothing, basically. It's like everything comes from nothing. So you better believe. If you're gonna be able to grip on that. Otherwise, you probably just won't be able to. And that's why you won't get it. I don't feel like doing whatever the top one is.
You'd
so.
better tell me. In the... Stop,
Then-
don't.
but the-
Your fam...
Yeah. Hurry. Take what you can carry and go. Quick.
I want to deal with that stuff.
Thank the gods they didn't try to fight. I wasn't in the mood to kill starving civilians today.
Hey look, something blue like flittering around. Yeah, watch out for this. It's like a shitload of like emeralds fucking coming out of nowhere. Tuh. No one cares. No one cares about the fucking Emerald Mountain over here. Someone could spend like an entire like lifetimes just like coming and grabbing one of these every once in a while and like, hey, cut that stone. Hey, cut that stone. There's like stuff that I was like supposed to get there. There's a pig for you. It's pretty. It's like, that's like China. You wanna know the difference between like ceramics and China? It's right here, the pig. There's like fine China for you. It's different. It has to do with that it's like, look, ceramics is pretty rough. Ceramics is like, here's the irony, it's like, but the China is like, you are dealing with like, the whole thing is finesse. It's like, everything is mud, almost. With ceramics, you're dealing with clay. But here's the irony. Mud is almost more fine than clay. It is. Mud is more fine than clay. But if you can do that, then like, look, everything's about like late game or like early game kind of stuff. Like if you can do like stuff with mud so it like turns out as hard as the clay does, that's like late game earth stuff. But there's like China for you, like fine China. There's the pig. But the difference is like you're working with something finer than clay, which is like mud. That's why it looks like that. But there's the pig for you.
Who do you
Oh, yeah.
think you are?
I like.
Did you find the ones responsible?
I found your supplies with a bunch of hungry
What's he gonna
Megarians.
say? This doesn't break.
You stole that food from them. They were
I
starving.
didn't hear anything.
The supplies were essential for the
Technically.
war, and ridding
Really?
Megara of the
Me?
Athenians.
I don't know what Alexios
They didn't do
did,
this
but I
alone.
didn't. Technically, I didn't hear nothing.
There's more going on than we can see.
Don't worry yourself further. The guilty have paid for their crime, and that is what is important. You have done well. Sparta thanks you.
All right, interesting. Interesting.
Ella.
What in the God's name?
Come on.
I don't know, maybe until it considers something. Maybe until it considers something. And then it's just all this.
Ella.
How long do you want to play for?
Come on.
I'm like not a part of it. I don't have a part in this. Hey, I don't have a part in this. Watch out for like Paris if he ever shows up or something.
They'll be watching for me. I need to be
This
careful.
guy's gonna take on everybody. I'm like, here, I like shot the bag, I'm out.
My blade will make short work of you.
I'm gonna like go out to sea for
Come
a
on.
minute. Obviously, I'm not like, you know, given a part or something. Obviously, I haven't like been given a part yet or something. Huh.
Ella.
Look, you want that? Probably ask for it at some point in time. Maybe you think that's like unfair? Maybe ask for it like some point in time or something. Otherwise, watch out for like the 7 deadly sins or something. Or like, you know, the sirens or like, the wise guys or whatever. Watch out for like the 3 fates, like the 3 wise guys, and like the number 7. Oh wait, also like the number 6 because it's like 7 if it was a 1. Watch out for like little Germany over there or whatever.
Ready to set sail.
Commander! Back! We should move carefully, Commander. starboard!
We can go back to the mainland for a minute. We can go back to like my mainland for a minute.
Lower the sail! Get that sail up!
We should pick up that salvage!
Oars in! Full sail!
Dropping like the Chinooks.
Ship the oars!
By the way, the fact that there's like deer being portrayed here and stuff like that, if you do look at a goat, it's like almost the exact same except for the antlers. There's like tons of different kinds of goats too. Watch out for like that goat that had horns in there, or that deer that had horns in the one painting or whatever. It's like, oh, they do the same thing, but they're not.
Oars at the ready! Ready the line!
Always watch out for the dance. Especially when you know the signs. Herring. It's all just herring. Except for that. That's like carp. It's like herring and carp. Maybe some like sardines, like tilapia. It's like herring, carp, sardines, tilapia. These are interesting though. It's gotta be bread, right? Which is like cooked with like cheese or something, right? It's like gotta be like bread cooked with cheese. Watch out for like the Portuguese. Right there, they're like the ones who I know that do that more than anybody else, but I bet those are bomb. I bet those taste great. Here's like some mackerel for you. Watch out for the guy who knows all the names of fish, and everyone's just like, wait, where are you from? How do you know this? There's like some mackerel. Bro, chill out, homie. You like took out like a whole thing of my life, dog. Look, there's like some mackerel. It's like more sardines. It's gonna be like... There's like tilapia kind of stuff, almost. The big one right there, though. I don't know. Looks like a catfish to me, but whatever. Just without the whiskers. Looks like a big ass catfish.
Victory!
Look, obviously, like cabbage. It's not lettuce. There's cabbage. These look like maybe like purple beets. I like hesitate on calling them plums. Like purple beets and like or something. Pears, cucumbers, zucchini. Pears and like zucchini. The green things. Green stuff. Grapes. I don't know. I'm just looking at the leaves. Look like grapes to me. Olives, carrots, currants, olives, carrots, currants. I don't know. Peas. Flowers, obviously. Apples, like turnips, more grapes. Those are like some kind of nut, I don't know, maybe like cashews or something, who knows. There's like shallots or something. It's like a Super Mario vegetable. Watch out for the like Mario plants. I don't know, that could be like basil or something. Basil. And like arugula, basil, arugula. It's like looks like a bunch of arugula to me, or like, maybe thyme. It's like a bunch of like thyme, arugula. Onions, garlic. More grapes, onions, red onions, like golden onions, red onions, golden onions, garlic, More cabbage. More zucchini, more carrots. Apples. That could almost be like coffee, maybe. This could be just like green coffee beans. Maybe like wheat or something. Like wheat. These look tough to eat, if you ask me. Maybe just more kinds of coffee. Like a green, like, here's like 2 kinds of coffee for you or something. It's definitely like herbs. I'd just like call these like herbs before anything else. Like, oh yeah, these are like herbs. Flower, like a ton of flower petals. Yeah, those are. That's like a bunch of herbs. Is it like thyme? Is it like? You know, what would I grab? Like, I like season something with, like thyme, or. It's not basil. In my book, it's not basil, but it's probably just leave it just like, that's like thyme. Maybe like saxiflower. It's not really sanitary. That's not that sanitary, but I doubt the things in the pots are harmed. These could be any kinds of goods. Maybe like weapons from that one guy. These could be like any kinds of goods. Probably a lot of flour. Probably a lot of flour and stuff like that, you'd think. Watch out for like the meteorite. If I had to say like, what did I just shoot? Like, watch out for the meteorite. There's like, those are like, it's like banana leaves. Maybe almost some like nectarines. Watch out for the meteorite over there. There's like banana leaves, nectarines. It's the exact color of grapefruit. And like, those could be like rolled up grape leaves right here. Those could be like rolled up grape leaves. Maybe artichoke, actually. Like, some sort of like polenta. There's like some like polenta for you. Listen, everything's context. All of a sudden, it's like I have like 5-letter words and it's just like, what the hell? All of a sudden I have 5-letter words. Watch out for the monkeys have gone to heaven. If man is 5. If man is 5. Hey. I just like named a ton of shit. There's like some polenta. It's like another grain. Could be just like, this could just even be like bran. There's like bran. There's like some like bran, some bran stuff for you or whatever. Watch out for the guy who just like reduces nations with just like context. He's like not even trying. Watch out for the guy who's like not even trying. That's a carrot. Wait, what the hell? He just like said like a 5-letter word that like makes no sense. That's a carrot. Or whatever. He wasn't even like trying. He like dropped a bomb or something. He's like, I don't like coffee. He's like, I don't like meatloaf. Look, you want to hear? You want to hear the joke for this? He was like, I don't like meatloaf. What? It almost doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't, unless you identify like one food for like the people here or something like that, and then it's just like, wait, what the hell? It really doesn't.
Ο εμός εξάδελφος καινοτόμος στα Μάλαϊ, αενάος, μηχανοποιός είναι το στρατεύμα.
You say all those foods, you can probably almost make every dish, especially if there are like turnips there. You know how many things like turnips can be made into? Talk about like a food that's like, watch out. Hey, future, like watch out for the turnip. You can like almost turn into anything. Especially if you just have like the right liquid. Like a turnip can almost like just be turned into anything, especially if you just have like the right liquid and the right like salt. The right kind of salt and like the right liquid. Watch out, future, here comes the turnip. All of a sudden, it's like the whole world doesn't even like make sense.
Come on.
Easy now.
He just said carrot. That's all he said.
Misthios,
I said it was
fresh
carrot.
vegetables for your journey. The juiciest in Kefalonia.
I'm not
There's
really
like a
in the
high
market for
hell for you.
vegetables.
No one is. Our stock is practically
Watch out for like high
decomposing.
hell.
We're trying to make enough rachmi to get out of Kefalonia. It's about time we moved on.
I know what
For
you
like
mean.
grape hell.
Wait.
For these guys.
Leoza, you think he could help us?
I think he could.
Watch out for like grape
You'll
hell.
have to tell me what it is first.
Are you scared of sharks, Misthios?
I gotta like throw some stuff away really quick. Listen, shark. Watch out for the boat with like spears, like in all directions. It almost doesn't make sense why no one does that. Why don't I shields around it? Why don't I just like go in the water with like a bunch of like spears pointed in all directions? Doesn't seem like it would create too much drag to me.
I'm not scared of anything.
That makes one of us. A very hungry one swims in our way of leaving Kefalonia.
A shark.
He guards a precious necklace. We get it, sell it, and leave Kefalonia. The old bandit who found it first buried the necklace on the shore, near a temple.
And the fool didn't think. Water rises. Now the necklace may as well belong to the shark. Vegetable drachme is all right, but necklace drachme is best.
Oh. This guy just like checks everybody out. Oh. Watch out for Keanu brief. I don't know, this kind of sounds like he relates more, in my opinion.
If it's so valuable, why wouldn't I just keep it for myself?
A good deed? A gesture of goodwill? An escape from our life of produce?
It's buried in a chest. If you get it for us, we'll take what we need to get out, and you can keep the rest.
These still have different faces, though. Yeah, I'll go and do
Alright,
this, whatever.
I'll kill your shark.
You'll skewer him.
You'll find him deep in the ruins of Granit down south.
Deep in the ruins down south. I've been able to like talk my way like
The shark's
to a lot of other
temple, I
places.
go.
I'll never look at another vegetable again after this.
Hey, look, it's like Cicero, or something, or I don't know. I guess what's like the Greek version of like Cicero. Like somebody just left with like, there I go. Like interesting guy.
Ο πατήρ μου έλεγε δίν με βίνα εις θέατρον. Ήρθου των εκπληκτικών άνθρωπων, σπουδαίος χοροδιδάσκαλος, ως της ίοντε διδάξουν άπαντος.
Ήκουσα την ευήθειαν ταύτην και των πρώτερων.
Γιατί ουχή, αρούν ούκ υπεραπροδίσεις.
Ή ακριβής τελείως. Ούκ έστιμη σπουδαίων. Ο ερμός πατήρ δεν μία συναλλαγή είχε μετά το θέατρο.
Ο σούς πατήρης θα ανέσχετος πλέον. Η ιδέα πεπειράκου πολύσων μία κάμιλον λέγον είναι περσιστή.
It's like another like Oliver in my opinion, but it's like a Dusty Oliver, but you know, it's like a Dusty Oliver. I just say like what he is. Watch out for Dusty Oliver. Watch out for Dusty Oliver over there. Watch out for like Naruto references or something right there. Watch out for Dusty Oliver. This is like better for me to be here, like realistically, anyways. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a girl. They look like purple loot. Oh, there goes Dusty Oliver. He's out of here. Oh, never mind. There he is. There he is right there. Wait, don't just like follow the road, like go this way. They were like, that's just that. Watch out for the sum of everything. Watch out for the sum of everything, usually. You know? Hey. you should like watch out for some things, but you should probably watch out for this. You should probably watch out for the sum of everything. There's like a geeky joke for you. Hey, all of a sudden now, hey, watch out for, hey, nerds over there and geeks over here. I don't know. Just watch out for a lay nerd. He's like a lay nerd. he's like a lay nerd. La nerd. And then watch out. There's like a lay nerd, and then watch out for a la nerd. Hey, Greeks, watch out for the geeks. Or something. Yeah, this is where this guy gets his form from, though, is this, for sure. What kind of dog is this? Like a, some sort of a hound, in my opinion. For a second before it goes into, like, some sort of, like, Kelpie or Kelty or something. Whatever the context changes everything. Like some sort of a hound before it goes to, like, a Kelt, like a, I don't know, Kelty or whatever. You can, like, judge shapes as they, like, move. Lioness, huh? Shit. You programmed that fence very well. They like programmed that gate really well right there.
Who is that?
By Zeus, the Cyclops doesn't mess around.
I'm like trying to go somewhere southwest. South. The Shark's Lair. Wait, is this like a metaphor? I mean, we got like the Cyclops or whatever. Is that not just like some metaphor for like the big winner? Whatever, big whiner or something. Whatever, like big whiner or whatever. Like what's all this talk of like the Cyclops? But the thing you can usually get away with like talking about, especially with like today, is like watch out for the hermits and the monks. Basically, you really want to know like today, like you guys want to talk about this like stuff really? Just watch out for like the hermits and the monks, because they are out there. The hermits and the monks, they're the fuck out there. All right, really. yeah, the hermits and the monks are fucking out there. Oh, I guess the Cyclops was like. Cyclops was like we had to play like somewhere around like 300 games. Hey, before we could get to the site, like the hermit and the monk are fucking out there. The hermit and the monk are like fucking out there, but before we could get to the Cyclops, we had to play like 300 games or something. Yeah, like the shark, like who's the, or like, so what are we doing with the shark? Or whatever. I didn't mean it. Honestly, I didn't mean it.
The necklace is down there.
Man, the guy even his eyelid is like. Like make a sword out of like shark skin now. Shark teeth. At least we got like shark teeth. The guy's even got like ruins when he's like just an islet. Broke creases. Probably still be careful with all the makeup though. You know?
Arrows incoming!
Are you sure? Hey, are you sure about that one? Watch out for whoever's cheaper, or gets to the point quicker, or like with less words or something. I would say like yikes or yeesh. I like swimming though. Hey, I really like swimming though. Cover like the strange portals.
Much cooler now without the
and
sun.
like things you find on the street and stuff. Especially if it like tells you to go somewhere.
You found it. That's the necklace.
That shark put up a good fight. He must have liked it.
We can finally live. No more vegetables.
We'll have a new life. One far from our past.
I know what that's like.
I don't know.
Good luck.
Is vegetable just another term for staple? And watch out for like the staple wine. Hey, yeah, like let me just tell you.
We owe you
Hey,
everything.
Dusty Oliver, watch out for like the staple wine or something. It's a coming. That guy, he even has ruins like out in the middle of nowhere. That guy, he's even got like ruins out in the middle of nowhere. Whatever that guy, he's got like. Hey. It's like the.
Come on.
It's like the world's fastest civil. It's like the world's fastest civilization.
Come on.
Like, and there goes Apollo. Oh, that's so funny. For me. Listen, the finer point of that is that all the work of everybody has been reduced to the idea of something very simple. If you can make up something so great with so little. Okay, there's like the finer point of that. Right? What's this? But yeah, I was like never coming back or something.
You don't look so good.
I angered them, I think. The gods.
What'd I say to this guy? Oh yeah, well, it's time to repent.
Uh-oh. Murder or impiety?
Neither. I used to worship Hermes at the Droorati cave. There are gods there too, you know.
In the cave?
They grant wishes if you bring them tribute. So everyone makes an offering and asks for something in return. No wishes of mine granted though. I'm running out of money and tribute. I'm poor myself, you know. I did something wrong.
You know Hermes. He can be a trickster.
Oh, but there are many gods in this cave.
This guy's kind of
all
interesting.
asking for different things. Go hear them yourself. You'll get my last tribute if you do. I need to know if they're real.
He's kind of interesting. He actually sounded like he could be a soothsayer there for a minute until, I mean, the very end. It just means, like, also, like, you better believe in yourself, kind of thing. Which just means that it's, like, everybody knows, okay? That's, like, I just simplified it then. Hey, to this guy right here. There's the simplification of it, because, like, what? Like, the entirety of work, everybody's work has just been, like, summarized. Watch out for the sum of everything. Hey, watch out for the sum of everything. Right? Like, what? Like, I just, like, said something that's just like, what? If you can, like, make up something so great with, like, so little, then, like, where does everything really come from? Okay? Which is just like, okay, well, at that point in time, then you better just believe in yourself, because then everybody knows. Which is, like, everybody being on their own. And there's, like, the simplest way that you can tell if you can trust somebody or not. Here. Like, there's, like, the simplest way you can trust somebody or not, because then you can, like, say, like, yeah, everybody's on their own. So if, like, you are a kid or something like that, like, there you go. Like, that's how you know if you can, like, trust somebody or not. Like, what is this guy saying? Like, is he on his own? At that point in time, if you're a kid and you've said something like that, if this guy doesn't say he's on his own, you know what I mean? Like, then you can just say, like, well, at least I, like, know that amount of trust. Like, I know that amount of trust or whatever, right? Because like, that's just a distance kind of thing. You should, like, know how much distance you should have with things based upon, like, their response to that.
All right, don't worry. I'll go.
Oh, thank you. Remember, be careful where you step, Misthios. You'll be walking on holy ground.
We'll see about that.
Watch out for, like, the civilization that, like, has no pen and paper, but it seems like everything's, like, alive somehow. But, you know, probably watch out for, like, the civilization. Like, I can understand that. Like, still. Like, it's fine. Like, I can understand that still. Yeah, like, watch out for the civilization where it's like, nothing is pen and paper, but it's like, the idea of, like, it's still, like, does everything to, like, a degree. Just through, like, steps and stages. It's all a game of observation and witness. I just had to, like, pit two things that are, like, close to each other as a team until the end. I I'm just like taking crystal samples. Yeah, but like the first is usually the best impression. Listen, any character people get sick of is it all I just have to say about like, yeah, like cool. But I mean, to me it just looks like one of my cousins or something.
There's a draft here. A crack in the wall.
But my whole thing is just like, yeah, like, you know, watch out for the first of everything or whatever, because that's like probably like, does it make the statue different or not? Maybe it's like in my eyes or something. Ambrosia, of course.
That's it! Oh, I'll enjoy killing you!
The eyes definitely didn't match the rest of that statue if I just had to like say something like right off the bat, but yeah, like any character people get like sick of. It's just like the same character over and over and over. Just watch out for like first impressions or whatever, you know?
I won't lose.
Bandits all along. People should have known something was off. And here's all their loot.
The loot, huh? The loot, huh? I'm like an olive in a world of grapes. Hey, like I'm like an olive in the world of grapes. Actually, I'm more like a carrot, probably. Ah, like dude's like a carrot. What is he doing here? Just wait until you meet the pineapple. I was just saying, like that one guy over there. He's like, yeah, like vegetables or whatever. He's like, we're just a couple of olives. Wait until that becomes like the conversation. Yeah, like we're just like a couple of olives in like a world of grapes. You know? Or whatever. Yeah, I'm just like a carrot in like the sweetest place ever. Because a carrot is not a very sweet thing. I'm just like a carrot in like the sweetest place ever. Like, I'll tell you, welcome to the good place. I don't think I'm supposed to be here. Hey, welcome to the good. How did he get here? He worked. What the hell? Hey, watch out for the. What? Hey, watch out for... That's like not a bad angle for you. Watch out for the carrot in the, Watch out for the carrot in the good place. He like... How'd he get here? He like... I think he like worked. I think he like worked his way here. What? No. What?
No gods in the caves. Only bandits stealing people's hopes and drachmi.
I knew it! Thieves!
At least you know you won't face Zeus's wrath. Maybe he'll take pity on you.
I hope Zeus bring his wrath on those bandits.
This guy's
Don't worry,
interesting, though.
I brought mine. That should be good enough.
This guy could probably go a lot of places and no one's gonna know where he is from, dude. This guy is like a, he could almost be like a lamb instead of a kid. Like, kid, watch out, there's like the lamb. Very interesting guy. Watch out, kid, like there's a lamb. He just like knows just what to say. Hey, there's like the lamb. There's like the Cave of Lamb. Like, what do I gotta like rename this? So it's like whatever easier for like this guy's eyes. Because this guy's eyes are like strained as could be right now. Tuh. This dude's eyes right here. Not from right here. He looks way better right there. From that distance, he looks way better. Oh, what? All of a sudden there's somebody in here. He looks way better at that distance. Get a little closer, just watch out for his eyes. Yeah, like any character, in my opinion, just like, oh, watch out for the character. Especially like the one that has no character. Watch out for like the character, and it's probably especially like the repeating character. Watch out for like the looping character now. Probably gets pretty bad unless like it can be simplified. Yeah, hey kid, like watch out for the lamb, dude, because that guy like says some amazing things for like no reason. Whoa, you're like kind of interesting. Hey, whoa, you're like kind of interesting. You're like saying things in like a very profound way, but like you like end it with a question, like you don't really know what you said. Hey, let me tell you how you speak. Let me tell you what you're saying. You like say some like really profound things in a very interesting way, but then you like end it with like the idea that you have no idea what you just said. Hey, watch out, kid, there goes like the lamb. There's like a lamb for you. Very interesting guy. Super fascinating. Super fascinating guy.
You picked it back?
I'm ready to move.
You're dead meat!
I sort of like Prince of Thieves or something. I sort of like the Prince of Thieves or whatever. Yeah, Prince Philip, he was like yesterday. Like, yeah, Prince Philip, he was like yesterday. I never like the Prince of Thieves now. Yeah, the lamb, super fascinating guy. Very fascinating.
Yeah!
He even knows where he's coming from. He's like fucking just hanging out there. he's just like hanging. He's just like hanging out. Hey, what are the? He's like. He's like, I hear the gods. But dude, he's like, I hear the gods, but you know, they are questions to me. He's like, I hear the gods, but they just leave me questioning. They just leave me questioning. Funny, man. Fascinating. Super funny. It's like, dude, it's like the whole thing, the whole thing like makes no sense, but he's just fine with it. The whole thing like makes zero sense. He's just completely okay. He's like completely okay with it. Like, I hear the gods. He's like, I hear the gods, but they just make me question things. Do you hear them? Wait, I thought you just said. Wait a second. Hey, wait a second. I thought you just said that you hear the gods. Like, don't you know that? How do you not know them then? Funny, man. Pretty funny stuff. Try for the good ones. Huh, they might really get you. Hey, watch out for the good ones.
Ella.
Just go through this portal through the Badlands right there. Just like go through this portal through the Badlands.
I need to stay hidden.
Wait, you like keep. Here's like the repeating character for you. You like keep showing up, but. It's like you keep showing up, but you're like going nowhere. Is there a problem? Like, that's like the problem with the repeating character. Hey, you like keep showing up, but you're like, so you're like going nowhere. Is it? Do you got like the problem? Or he's like supposed to be great or not? Hey, look, there's like the problem with like history. Like, yeah, you like keep. I keep hearing about it. I keep hearing about it, but it's like the guy can't make it or something. I was just gonna like walk out.
You're as good as
Just like someone just get. Can we just punch them? I like unequipped stuff and like hit. I think that guy just changed his mind about what he did. He just changed his mind a little bit. Whenever like Skola, that character like ever appears. Watch out for like Skola or something like that. Sounds like it could fit in here, like barely. Why not? Like watch out for like Skola. guy's like into some weird stuff. That guy's like into some really weird stuff right there. Little balls. Whoa. Listen, obviously, like, the opposition to that statement is like, watch out, like, Rome wasn't built in a day or whatever. Careful if somebody is like, says like, what about 2 days? Watch out for all the whats and the ifs and the abouts. Hey, Rome wasn't like built in a day. What about like 2 days? Pretty. Look how beautiful this is. Yeah, beautiful, pretty. Very beautiful. Watch out for the sum of everything. Check this out. We have an oil lamp. Now, that's what that is, by the way. It's obviously in the shape of a scorpion, but we have an oil lamp. Scorpion lamp. It's an oil lamp, though. This guy kind of holds the repeating character a little bit better. If I had to say, just, you know, just like for whatever reason. Like, I don't know, whatever he's doing to do that, but this guy, if I just have to, like, this guy right here, kind of whatever, like, holds the repeating character fairly well to some extent, somehow. People are like spend the night here. Like, don't think I have matching clothes for this place though. Right here, I don't think I have like matching clothes for the ramp right there. Tuh. Hey, how do I ride this? Doesn't seem like it'd take much to like sleep right here. Haven't seen any bugs. Put a tent or something like right here. No, this is like a horrible spot. Look at the ground. Like right here. I could. Probably be just fine. Nice, like this way right here. Shaw. Yeah, I'm waking up to this. Yeah, just let me put like a tent right here. Nah, people will see me. People will see me right there. I can see like the water too much. We're just like, maybe just like a bag, maybe even. Let me put like a sleeping bag, pack right here. Call it, you know. Ha! Yeah, you know, say some stuff like that. It's like, hey, huh. Reality got kind of gets like broken a little bit. It's like just like again, like why do I have to like do this then, or whatever? It's like that easy to come up with something good, kind of thing. Game's playing fine though, you know? Other than just like the fact that it's like balancing on the notion of just like good and bad, obviously, you know? And like the idea of choice, decision, and like necessity versus just like fate and freedom kind of thing. Other than that, yeah, it plays great. You know? Watch out for the age. Especially somebody that doesn't like get that. It might just be like an age thing. Wait, how old am I? You know? Or whatever. Still like a better way to say that though. It's like I just know. Oh, ba 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 ba. Hum ba ba, hum ba ba ba. Everything is nothing. Okay. Because it was just like so much with like so little. Everything is nothing. Which is something that a lot of people, but I'm just like stepped it down. I've like just like stepped it down like slowly to like lead up to being able to say that. Yeah, everything is nothing. But then if that's the case, like watch out for people that like are saying that things are something, which then could like twist back to the whole thing of just like, yeah, like trust nothing. So yeah, like you can trust something if it's nothing, which actually does kind of make sense. Yeah, you can trust something if it's nothing. There you go. Right? So yeah, you can, and don't even like say any guy or anything like that, like a stranger or anything. Yeah, you can trust something if it's nothing. Watch out for people and everything, because they're something. Yeah, you can trust something if it's nothing if you're a kid, alright? Hey, there you go. and there's like the step, there's like the ladder down or whatever, all right, or like the hill that no one else can climb that you like remember, and that you can like relate all of life to if you ever think that anything's like scary or whatever, you know. It's like, yeah, you can trust something if it's nothing. It's like, wait a second, like everybody's like saying like all this stuff is so great or whatever, but then, you know, how come nobody's ever said this before with so little? But it sounds pretty great, you know, considering everything. You can like say that if you're a kid, or like that's how you should like approach basically everything, probably. Watch out for the story. You know? Watch out for the heights. Hades. He's down there. What? Hey, watch out for the heights. What? Hades is down there. Yeah, watch out for the heights. Yeah, you can get it, like, oh yeah, they like just like live life. Wait, how come it's like more of like a an oil? How come it's like more of an oil than like a dew? Right there I could make like an oil dew though. You know? Right there I could. Right there, like I could go like east. It's just like, yo, bro, you sound like you could, like, with that amount of like contradiction in your step, like, yeah, go for it. Go for it, man. Like, that's basically all that is. Like, yeah, I hear the gods, but they just leave me questioning. Do you hear it? Like, do you hear them? Yeah, that guy's like all oil. Yeah, watch out for the dew. Oh. I don't know. Probably the biggest other way to say, like, yeah, watch out for somebody that's just like can't tell you that like great things come from like small places or something like that. All of a sudden, I just mix like all the metrics versus, you know, the standardized measuring whatever, because it's like, oh yeah, like, small, what, we're not saying like, you know, little or whatever. Watch out for like Phillips versus like regular screwdrivers too. Wait till you get to like a Starhead or like an Allen or like an Allen bit or whatever. You know? Watch out for it. It's like coming. It's like coming. Yeah, like watch out for the person that can't say like great things come in small packages or something. You know? But disregarding whatever that is, you know, if you're somebody that can see the problem with like believing that things are too great without understanding that, you know, if you are great, then it doesn't take much to make things that are great, then you probably should just say like, yeah, I'll trust something if it's nothing. Watch out for the people that don't believe in themselves.